Banger alert.
Oh, shit.
Yo!
Let's go.
Hey now. What's good, you fucks?
Beers and bets. We're
Not
back.
the Red Sox.
Week 7 recap. Yeah, we won't be talking Red Sox anymore. They're done. See you later.
Listen.
Yeah, but week 7 recap. You guys win any money yesterday? A little bit.
This team right here, baby.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not giving up on my boys, but hey, the Colts, man.
I needed them last night, dude, because it was one of those days. The noon games I got absolutely murdered on. I had the Chiefs over 31.5 points. They wouldn't have scored over 3.5 points.
They go good, though. I mean,
I had the Panthers tied up in a couple parlays. So it was one of those things. I realized it was going to be a bad day during the noon games, and I doubled down, placed a few more wagers. A lot of them had the Bucks, the Raiders, and the Colts tied to it. And if the Colts would have lost last night, I would have basically blown everything I had. And instead, I ended up winning a total of, $10 yesterday instead of losing 90. So I'll take
big
it.
Mind. We're in Seahawks like territory, dude. Like we don't,
Hell yeah.
Dude, no, that was because you guys were higher, or I know Matt was on the Niners early in the year, and dude, last night was just like showed why, dude. They're weak, man. I don't know. I don't believe in them.
Yeah. I mean, Jimmy G being in and out of the lineup hasn't helped. Them relying on a 4th or 5th string running back is no good.
Yeah. Like
I thought he looked good too. That first drive,
Mitchell. Yeah.
They came out.
He did run the ball good.
Like the ones they scripted, they came out looked great. They just couldn't adjust, it seemed like. And it's probably on Jimmy G.
That's exactly right. And then like George Kittle does so much for that offense, not just catching the ball, but being a big time run blocker. Yep.
Yeah.
So the Niners, with them losing last night, they're done.
Yeah, I agree.
We thought the NFC West was going to be this real big, tough division.
It is.
Not so much anymore. No Russell Wilson and the 49ers having
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until he comes back. But
all right. Well, let's get into it with our Monday headlines. Who wants to start it off? Anybody really want to jump into it?
Dan Campbell is my fucking hero.
Is that it? That's your Monday
fucking guy. That's it.
Here we go.
Dude, I love him. Man,
you think he'll survive the season?
He will not, but hey, he's going out guns fucking blazing. You know what? Hey, Pat Shurmur's been fired, and he's still doing a check down Charlie on 3rd and 18, picking up 5. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then his explanation after is we were getting it closer for 4th down. I give fuck, dude. Dan Campbell's out there saying fuck them, man. And every week, dude, I really don't think they're that bad, but yeah, he's my hero. That is my takeaway. I was so pumped, man. They had him, but it was so early to fire those shots, I think, too.
I texted you guys about it. Like I told you yesterday, I love this fucking Dan Campbell guy.
Yeah.
Onside kick and then the fake punt. It's just like first quarter. How many teams do it?
Right here, onside kick
and a fake punt in the first quarter.
It says onside kick after long TD pass to Swift and then fake punt right underneath because it was.
They ended up only getting up like 9 or 10-0, right?
Yeah.
Like they didn't really capitalize on the extra possessions, or else that could have been a closer game.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool, man. Because again, it's just an interesting. It wasn't. I was hoping you guys had a better take. The Broncos were playing, so it was just.
Yeah.
It was a really good Sunday, man. I enjoyed just watching all the games. I thought it was a good Sunday. So
there was a lot of blowouts.
The Jags in London, though, they never disappoint. Every time the Jags go to London, that's home. That's home. That is home.
Yeah.
And again, a no-name kicker comes in, and I don't know if you guys saw the one he hit to get it to overtime. Even, I mean, off his foot, it's on the right hash. Looks terrible. Wide right. Knuckles back left, and like literally hits like the littlest corner of that.
Brad, what time did you wake up yesterday on Sunday?
I'm trying to figure this out too. Hold on.
This Sunday game he's talking about was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This was not This was not.
There wasn't a London game yesterday. I got to stop you right there.
I better check this shit I'm fucking reading, man. I better start citing.
Trivia is gonna be fun this week, guys.
Were you at the casino with Jimmy?
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
No. Actually, I liked when you.
I was listening and I'm like, yo, was there a London?
Did I miss something? Yeah,
no, I thought I'm the dummy.
That's my bad.
All right, no worries.
What am I? A full week off there?
Yeah, just 7 days. That's
just
it.
A full week.
Not bad, dude. Yeah,
8 days really, but yeah.
Could have been the Thursday game, But
one of the things that impressed me yesterday, do we have anything else on Dan Campbell? Because I don't want to move on too quickly.
No, he's just the man, dude. Yep. And he believes in his guys, and they execute at times when they need him to, and then when they have to do the little shit right, they don't have that down yet. So
I will be betting on them next weekend. They play the Eagles. The Eagles are struggling just as much as they are.
Yeah,
I could see the Lions getting their first win against
the Lions. Just receiving core is so thin. It's a mixture of like vets.
Goff came out after the game and sounded like they care. It seems like I don't know what that means in the NFL, but
yeah. All right. Well,
week 1 Titans also they looked pretty good. Chiefs, Titans, Chiefs.
Yeah, Brad. Let's make that your Monday headline, not the Jags. Let's talk some Chiefs, because they just got. If you thought it couldn't get any worse, yesterday they looked like a team that might win 3 games the whole season. And I'm not gonna overreact and say that their season's over based on yesterday, but it just looked. There's not even a word bad enough to describe how they played yesterday.
I don't see what adjustments can Andy Reid make at this point to fix all of this.
I mean, I honestly think the defense, I don't know how you fix it, because I just don't think they have the personnel. But on offense, Mahomes has got to take some of these. He's got to take his first read and take the 8 yards here, take the 5 yards there, because a lot of times, like yesterday, I can count 3 plays yesterday, and it's because I have Tyreek Hill in fantasy. But it's like, Mahomes, you have Tyreek for your first read, easy 8-yard throw. That's if he does nothing after the catch. And instead of just taking it and going with it, he scans the rest of the field. He wants 20 and 30 yards and not the 8 yards. And you just got to take it with the way defenses are playing them. You got to take those. You got to take it one play at a time. Get your 5 yards here, get your 8 yards here. And then
he'll break
when it presents itself, you'll be on the field more to get the opportunities to hit people downfield.
And he will break one at some point too, probably. So,
and
I love it.
The other thing is, and I don't want to make excuses for him, because they have looked bad for 3-4 weeks in a row, but Mahomes doesn't look as quick to me leaving the pocket. He used to be almost like Russell Wilson-esque, like really peeling out of there quick and getting to the outside. And he doesn't it seems like something's bugging him where he just doesn't have the agility.
I'm sure he's been
spring out of there. Yeah.
He's gotten hit a bunch this year, man.
Yeah.
He took a shot.
He dealt with that foot injury last year too.
Right.
You never know how that, those
he had
injuries.
A dislocated knee the year they won the Super Bowl in the playoffs against the Titans.
I think it's more
starting to add up. And this is what I said. If you guys remember early on in our podcast, I said, I'll be surprised if the Chiefs can maintain and get to another one, because playing that many games a year starts to add up after a long time, no matter who the team is. It will.
Yeah.
Happen to the Rams. The Patriots didn't do it. They won 3 out of 5 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But then after that, they still had down years where they had to rebuild. It's not, you can't do it. And Andy Reid definitely isn't the coach.
We don't see teams go to 3 Super Bowls in a row anymore. And they won theirs against the 49ers 2 years ago. Last year they lost.
And they could have been in it the year
before a D Ford offsides call keeps them
Patriots
out of it.
Game.
So it's almost like they went to 3 in a row. They were one short of one of the 3 years. And it's just, they need to regroup and
that's what I believe.
Getting beat like they did too. I think it's more almost just, it shows where the Titans are at as much as the Chiefs, because you look at the Titans, they handled Buffalo the week before, and then they go and handle Kansas City. It's just, it's amazing how you read off a couple strong wins like that, and all of a sudden the outlook of Tennessee, once again, they're in that playoff picture. I think
they proved a lot.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell Matt, yeah, man. We talked about that during Red Zone yesterday. Like how going in again, I kind of listened like to because you guys do more of that in-depth bullshit on like who's in, who's out on defense kind of shit. And the Titans, you guys were kind of down on more, and like they've surprised, I think, a lot of people just their ability to fucking be 5-2. I think they are, and it's like, man.
Yesterday they were missing 4 out of the 7 starters in their secondary, and they held the Chiefs to 3 points. And I think that's the biggest thing that's fucked up the Chiefs' year this year. They invested their whole offseason in rebuilding the offensive line.
Not their defense.
It sucked. It was terrible. Orlando Brown, the dude they traded
to switch him from right tackle or whatever to left.
Toasted by Bud Dupree on a regular basis.
And dude, the funny thing is, man, like you talk about adjustments that that Andy Reid can make, dude. Spagnuolo needs to make an adjustment or he's going to be out of a job in about a week and a half, dude. Like, that defense is getting shredded, and you can't make an adjustment when there's no talent out there to be had.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
fix that shit.
They're paying Frank Clark $28 million a year, and the only time I hear his name is when he gets called for a flag.
Yeah, not doing shit. Yeah,
all I hear about Frank Clark is him getting a penalty.
I'm sure Matthew's got a big, and
he's been shit too this year, man.
Yeah,
he runs around with his hands up, blaming everybody else. He's been crap too. Yeah. Julio Jones toasted him yesterday for a 30-yarder.
He's never been great. He's just had good people around him, and he's made plays. He's a playmaker.
He's not like a solid, reliable piece.
Right. The ball just always ends up in his hands.
Really, the only yeah. No, I think it was telling with the Bucs handling the Bears like they did.
Yeah,
38-3. I mean, it
was one
of
those
that's dealing with injuries everywhere, kind of like the Ravens, but they're just handling it even better. They're crushing people right now. It's
the Bucs D line is healthy, and they just didn't give Fields a chance yesterday.
Yeah,
you could look at the stats and blame Justin Fields. Justin Fields, it was like watching Mahomes in the Super Bowl. He didn't have a chance yesterday.
Can you imagine?
Crazy thing too was Herbert on the ground
had some runs.
String running back went 18 for 100.
Yep.
The last time in a regular season game the Bucs gave up 100 yards. I looked it up. Was Week 14 last season to Dalvin Cook. So since then,
and that was all in the first half. I remember that game. Yeah. Dalvin Cook had like 100 in the first half and like 13 in the second half.
Can you imagine being Fields coming out and be like, all right, Mike's 58. And then you see fucking Sue and whoever, like JP. I don't know who's healthy on your line right now.
The line is healthy. They got everybody.
And you see those guys and
has been
Shaq Barrett. Like, dude, you're just like, fuck. Like, all right. 58's Mike. Like, I'm fucked. They told me I wasn't going to be starting by now.
Right. Well,
fucking Dalton got hurt.
Do you go back to,
I don't know.
No, let Fields go. Let Fields go. Because the thing is, yesterday was
no
such
improvement,
a problem.
Though.
Yesterday was such a problem for him because Fields' biggest issue is he doesn't get through his progressions. He doesn't get rid of the ball quick enough. And yesterday, they were after his ass in it seemed like less than a second on some plays.
They weren't letting him do his little run around bullshit.
Yeah. If he goes against defenses that aren't able to abuse him with that pass rush, I think Fields has still got a chance. I didn't see that game yesterday.
No, I like him, but
watching every play and be like, this Fields guy, he ain't going to be a good player.
No, I didn't see that at all. It was just, again, it's like really good. It's a team that is trying to go back to back against a team that's like trying to just be competitive.
And I'm sure Brady has had the talk with his team even this early in the year. Like, we really want that number 1 seed this year. We don't want to have to win 3 road games to make it to the Super Bowl.
We want to beat up these teams. Like, beat up this team. Like,
and the Bucs actually have a pretty easy schedule going forward.
You're lying, dude.
I mean,
you know what you do with a team like this?
The only time the Bucs even have a chance to lose the rest of this year is Week 14.
Bills.
When they play the Bills.
The Saints could get him once. Jameis could get him once.
Maybe.
Don't put it past him.
I mean, but I don't see it. Because
Sherman will have 3 picks.
That secondary is just going to get healthier. I feel like I thought you guys might have to get through this part of the season with the secondary banged up, but you've got through it fine. And they're getting healthier.
It's been all right. Yeah. They've looked decent.
All right. So we'll table
Have you
that
listened
there.
to the Sherman podcast at all?
No, I don't, because honestly, I just really don't like hearing that dude
Yeah,
talk.
no,
too
I
much.
hear you.
I really
I'm with
don't.
you there. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
he
I'm
doesn't
glad.
talk a lot.
I'm glad he's on the
Pretty
team.
modest.
He's another piece. He got hurt in his first game. He'll be out for another 3 weeks at least.
He's more useful as a coach on the side.
Yeah, he got a fumble recovery in the first podcast
start.
they did. He's like,
yeah,
I just ended up by the like, and it was like, God, fuck you lucky.
You never
bastard.
change,
Like,
you douche.
It just popped out, dude. It wasn't but
all right. So my Monday headline is going to be the rookie receivers, one of which is a tight end. But I got to start with my guy in Cincy, Jamar Chase. He's got 754 yards through 7 games, 6 touchdowns. He's on pace for 1,800 yards this year, which would shatter the rookie receiving record for yardage by 400 yards. I'm not saying he's going to keep up this pace.
Who has it? Is that like Moss?
Justin Jefferson actually did it last year.
Okay,
Anquan Bolden had it before then, and Moss had it before then. But, he reminds me of Steve Smith. I thought about Stephon Diggs a little bit too, but Steve Smith ended up being my best comparison for him because he likes to hit people. Like he's not scared of contact at all. Yeah, he had a lead block, not yesterday, but the week before against the Lions. He had a block for a long mix-in touchdown, like 30 yards downfield where he smashed a guy.
He made sure Mixon was behind him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I just like what I see. I know he's not a big guy, but he likes to play physical. So that's where I say, he reminds me of Steve Smith. So
and he was a LSU guy with Burrow, right? When they won.
Yeah. Burrow had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Exactly.
And set the rookie receiving record.
Hey, Bama had their fucking Ruggs and whoever else.
Waddle, Ruggs, Devonta Smith.
Yeah. But that's what's cool about Chase too is he's played against Bama. I had to man up on those kind of guys in big games and get off the line and that kind of shit because he is, man. He's a he's a guy that you'd almost rather than Hollywood Brown because like he can catch.
Certainly
trust him more in traffic and stuff like that.
I think
he can make the big
the way
he's just not a big looking dude, man. It's crazy. Like you don't look at him and be like that's a guy, a possession guy. Like we can count on him, to get 9 targets a game. But,
Brad, what were you saying?
Well, to me, he's the same size as DeAndre Hopkins. You know what I mean? So he might be a little bulkier even.
But he's more physical than DeAndre.
But I think it's more telling, like you brought up Hollywood, just the way Cincinnati's already using him as a rookie. T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, those are 2 names people have won fantasy weeks with.
Yeah.
And basically they're using T. Higgins as like an Evan Ingram, like inline tight end almost now. So a lot of his targets are at the line of scrimmage. Tyler Boyd's their main slot guy. So a lot of his are close to the line of scrimmage. Jamar Chase is literally a target monster for everything over 15 yards for that offense.
Yeah.
Anytime they do a double route anywhere, it's almost always Jamar. So it's
just work that chemistry in practice for like years already.
Yeah.
It's just insane how much they've thrown together, probably.
Yeah. And just while we're on it, because that was one of the noon games I was watching more closely than any, like Burrow played better in the second half numbers wise, but Burrow in the first half was like just avoiding terrible plays because the pass rush was getting to him. And Burrow has this ability of he can like turn out of the pocket and get rid of the ball in a split second. Like his capability of getting rid of the ball in trouble was like really impressing me yesterday. That was a big takeaway I had from that game.
I was shocked at how good they were able to. I mean, that was one of the other things I had. It was the Titans, Dan Campbell, and then the
Bengals.
That was
such a big win, man.
It really was. In Baltimore.
They would be the 1 seed in the AFC if the season ended today.
Dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Who the fuck?
So the other guy, rookie tight end, but also breaking receiving records, is Kyle Pitts.
The man.
He's got the most receiving yards by a tight end through 6 games in NFL history. Mike Ditka held the record prior to that. So it
Yes.
tells you how long it's been.
Yes.
Since
Lord
a
of
ti-
God.
Well,
Since a
notoriously,
tight end has done something
notoriously
like
rookie
this.
tight ends.
Yeah, it
never
takes some time.
do well.
Awesome. I
You know,
love
because
that
they either
stat.
deal with injuries or
Is that
they
a
keep it down
Gramsci
blocking.
stat?
Yeah,
Was that a
Gramsci.
Fucking
Credit to
right.
Gramsci on that because Gramsci was around. Gramsci saw Ditka play live back in the day.
He actually sucked Ditka's dick.
Dude, that's so fucked up.
But what impresses me even more about Kyle Pitts is Atlanta is not a team with a lot of weapons. You're not scared of them running the ball. They have no other threatening receivers other than Calvin Ridley. So the defenses know to pay attention to this dude, and he's still just beating people.
Yeah.
He's winning jump balls. He's burning cornerbacks when they put cornerbacks on him.
On a side note on that, man.
Yeah.
I think Matt Ryan doesn't get enough credit, man, because he's had a shit like
the last couple of years have been rough for him, but he does give games away too. He tried to give it away yesterday, dude.
No, but
I needed the Falcons on a bet.
His ability to just keep these guys like Pitts, if he's having a huge year to start it, and I don't know. It's like I always kind of feel bad for that dude because, like, man, I don't know.
Tom Brady just murders teams, dude. He beat Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl, killed the Falcons. Beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year. The Chiefs look like they're fucking shot. Tom Brady just murders teams, dude. He's a fucking serial killer.
Hey, that's fine with me, man.
Yeah.
Broncos won't be competitive enough to matter.
Well,
anyways,
I think it's crazy you bring up all this, like, because there are a lot of young receivers out there, and I feel like you don't see that same impact on the defensive side with young DBs. You know, like there may be a handful of like Trayvon Diggs, Asante Samuel,
second or third year for
Winfield
Trayvon.
And Chin, maybe. You know, it's like
Samuel Jr.'s been good too. He hasn't had the picks. Like,
I'm just kind of thinking of guys that have only been in the league 2 years or less. There's not a lot of the stud D-backs are 5, 6, 7, 9 years. It's kind of interesting to see they don't transition as quick as the receivers seem to be.
I mean, Patrick Surtain in Denver looks good, but he's not able to really impact the game so much.
No,
they don't seem to trust him like fully yet, but
they don't know what the I mean, what they're
okay. Let's wrap that there. Let's go over our week 7 picks. Not super exciting, but nothing bad. We were all 3-3, so we were 500. Our 7th game is tonight because there was such a lack of games. We had to put the Monday Night Football in to count for our record. We were all 3-3. Brad, one thing I wanted to pay attention to was you took 4 unders last week. And you were 2-2 on those 4 unders.
Okay.
We were talking about them.
I was always curious how that was going to work out.
Yeah. We were laughing
4 unders in a row when we were picking games Thursday. So,
we laughed about
that. Not much to talk about there, but it's a 500 week. So
better than we've had.
Yeah.
We're trending in the right direction.
That's correct.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. And then,
that was the week we told everyone to take the opposite of what we were taking.
Shoot,
they still get 50%.
I'm looking at the timer here. We got 10 minutes left. We're not going to have time for the snake draft in this segment, so let's go to Monday Night Football picks. Just because there's no way we're going to run through 8, a 16 spot snake draft. We'll be previewing. We're going to eliminate teams from the playoffs later on. We'll save it for part 2. We're going to each go around, snake draft style and pick teams that won't make the playoffs. We'll guarantee it. But we'll save that for part 2. So Monday Night Football picks. We can talk about the spread. We can talk about player props. I got a couple player props here. Brad, what do you like in the Monday night game tonight?
All right, the first one's kind of weird, but we've had an overtime game every week. We haven't had an overtime game yet this week.
Oh, what is it? Plus 5,000?
1,050.
Okay. I actually like this.
I thought, if you're just throwing a buck or two at it. And the other one was Lockett's longest reception over 20.5. He had a 21-yarder with Geno last week. He's had at least a 19-yarder in every game he's played. So, yeah, I
like those.
One scramble drill play, and he's good.
Yeah, we are supposed to get rainy weather for tonight's game, which in a game with Geno Smith and Jameis Winston, some bad weather could be really exciting,
dude. Yeah.
Somebody have some defensive touchdown props here?
Yeah. I don't have all the numbers in
Hold
front
on.
of me.
I got them right here, but I'm looking up some.
I'll go, Jimmy. While you're looking, I'll go with my two.
All right.
They're
Well,
pretty simple.
I had one, but you probably all right. Yeah, take
I got Jameis over 18.5.
Damn it. That's the one. I was like, dude, yeah, I'm like, dude, that's my banger. But yeah, I agree. I'm actually doing that, dude.
Like, I already put money on it. I already put money on it. Yeah.
I like that.
When I looked at it, his was lower than Geno's even. Made no sense.
I mean, Jameis is a better runner than Geno. I mean, he's a goofier runner, but he gets the job done.
But he's
not exactly the Olympics out there.
He's more aggressive, for sure.
This isn't Usain Bolt and fucking Andre.
Yeah, they're comparable. No. Jameis will take more chances, like trying to run over linebackers or shake them. And Jameis is gonna bold prediction. Jameis is gonna throw a juke on somebody tonight, and it'll work. He'll fake him out, but Jameis will also fall over as he's making somebody
drop
miss
the ball.
Yeah, he'll fall down in the sloppy mud. The defender will fall one way, he'll fall the other.
It's in Seattle, yeah.
Yes, it is. It's supposed to rain too.
Come on, Seattle. Yeah, damn it. I liked that one, man. Okay. Can I double down on him?
Yeah, you can double down. I'm sorry.
But let me find another fun one though. Hold on.
Okay. I also have, just while you're scanning, I got Kamara over 34.5 receiving yards, which seemed pretty damn low.
No, they don't use him much.
He had 8 targets last week. I looked, and they had it until last week.
But he's had a couple clunker weeks where like they don't even look at him, and it's just
they seemed to fix that a bit last week. It seemed like he had like 2 targets, 3 targets, and then last week he had 8, and it worked. So I'm hoping.
I mean, I'm sure some coach had to be like, listen, we got to get him involved.
Yeah. This is why he's on the field every play, is because he's a better receiver than a runner, really.
That's another guy, like, you just feel bad. He's like, God, what the fuck happened, man? Like, we were dope, and one fucking pass interference call against the Rams that was the worst no call in the history maybe of the NFL. And then we don't even, like, we're not – and I know you don't care because it's the Saints, man, but it's like, dude –
I don't think Kamara and Michael Thomas liked Drew Brees very much either, though. I mean, look at Drew Brees on Sunday Night Football. That dude sucks, man.
Oh, he is.
I don't even know why he's on there as a commentator. He is terrible.
Like, Eli is more entertaining or Peyton.
For sure.
By far.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and I'm glad we have them back tonight.
Yes.
Yep. Peyton and Eli.
I'm trying to find a dope
Good sign for my Lockett bet. He's getting interviewed by Randy Moss while they warm up on the field. So, hey.
That's a good little golden touch there.
Little extra big play juice for him.
All right. Tyler Lockett plus 3,000, over 150 receiving yards. Couple of bombs.
You're really liking that.
I'm just throwing something out there.
It could happen, man.
Yeah, it could, dude. It really,
it never seems like they both blow up. It's always one or the other, DK or Lockett.
Yeah.
It's like, which do they take away?
I'm actually hoping it's Tyler Lockett tonight, because if DK Metcalf gets 15 points in a PPR league, I'm going to lose that fantasy game. So I'm hoping.
Here's a realistic one, dude. Or who are you playing though? You want to finish? This is in our golf league. Right.
Separate league. It's a PPR league.
Alvin Kamara, 150 plus rush yards, and then 2 TDs scored. Is plus 1,200.
I think you're hoping for too much. That's not good enough odds for that craziness to happen. 150 and 2 tutties.
So the Seahawks that good on D? I don't know, man.
If anything in the rain though, the Seahawks are gonna stop the run and force them to throw. I don't like that one. I actually like the Tyler Lockett taking a stab at 150 yards a little bit better, and it's plus 3,000 instead of plus 1,200.
I think both teams pass for more than we think tonight, just because that's kind of the weakness of both these teams.
There
is
a lot, and I've seen a lot of Brady Belichick games in the snow where they'll go to each other and be like, "Hey, this is perfect weather for throwing," and because the defense thinks you're not, and a lot of times it'll be hard to rush the passer if it is.
Yeah,
especially snow, because you can't get.
It's easier to just paddle backwards than it is to try to get off the ball,
throw it, or just run if you're a receiver than it is to jog backwards and then turn if you're a corner. So it'll be.
What What do you guys think about the actual spread of the game? I don't know that I'm going to bet on it because Saints -4.5 is a weird number. If I were to take a side, I would take the Saints, but I like the player props better than the spread tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
So what do you guys think about this? Seattle.
If anything, I'd be looking at the
dogs.
over. I'd be looking at 42.5.
I think with you there.
It could just get to a point where like there's a few big plays.
Yeah.
With these quarterbacks and with Lockett and players like that.
The defenses could score touchdowns.
Exactly, dude. Yeah. Well, definitely with Geno Smith back there. What was the stat we had on one of our first trivias with Geno Smith was like one of the only quarterbacks.
3 for 7, 3 interceptions.
Yeah. No, it was like 2 interceptions though, right? With 3
I think it was 3 for 7, 12 yards.
Yeah,
3 interceptions.
Fucking horrible.
That's right. Yeah. Brad, what do you like for the spread tonight?
I don't know. I feel like anytime you can take Seattle money line plus 175 at home, I don't hate it too bad.
A primetime game, and they really need it. So
they're defensively kind of healthy. Not that means they're great, but and they do. I know they have Carson out, but they get back that other back, Rashad Penny tonight. So that adds a little versatility to that backfield as well. He was a fucking
first-round pick. What a terrible.
If you parlay the money line where I'm at right now, Seahawks money line and the over at 42 is plus 466.
That's a good number for that to happen. Yeah. So here, I did find the question, Jimmy. Which QB had this stat line? 2 for 8 for 5 yards. 3 interceptions.
Yeah, right.
That was Geno Smith. We get to watch.
How did he get the third pick though? Like how without even throwing a pass? Like what was that?
No, it's 2 for 8.
No, he had 2 completions.
8 passes.
So 3 of his incompletions were to the other team.
He had 2 completions, 3 interceptions.
Right on.
So really, his completion percentage was pretty solid.
Yeah. Just one of them went the other way.
Kind of the wrong guys.
I remember Scott Hansen on Red Zone being like, Geno Smith. Guys, we've never seen a line like this before, And you're like, all right, man.
Just another quick thought going into the Monday night game. Jameis Winston has the highest quarterback rating in the red zone. Anybody in the league. Tom Brady could have passed him up yesterday. I found this stat.
Just
I think Friday or
like
Saturday.
The Chiefs and shit just throw from way outside.
They probably get 2 red zone looks a game. I feel like. I don't know. I don't think the Saints are that good.
You haven't watched enough Jameis. I've watched him for years. He could still make the Hall of Fame from what I've seen.
Yeah, dude. And why would they have wanted to get Tom Brady if they could have kept him, man? Like,
when you got Jameis in the building, who the fuck wants Tom Brady?
But it worked out, I guess, for you guys, but not, in the long run.
Warwick Dunn left the Buccaneers for Atlanta and came back. Maybe Jameis will do the same. Let's wrap up there. We'll get to part 2.
Let's hope not.
Yep. Time to win in trivia.